The frequency of big moments here in Revolution Pro Wrestling keeps on ramping up, with us less than a fortnight away now from both the British J Cup and the Revolution Rumble. This past Sunday, though, we were back live in Southampton, and some major developments headed into those big shows in the next 2 weeks. Well, at the Revolution Rumble, June 22nd, the undisputed British Cruiserweight champion Will Caven will take on whoever has won the British J Cup the previous week. And Caven was in non-title action to open things up in Southampton against Xander Bryant, 1/3 of the Flying Bryants. Xander was remarkably competitive here against a much more experienced opponent. At numerous points in the match, it seemed like Bryant might have been about to secure the win, but ultimately Caven with the Tombstone Piledriver securing the win and sending a message to whoever it is who wins the British J Cup that Caven is going to be extremely difficult to dislodge as Cruiserweight champion. Over the past few weeks, Sapphire Reed has come under pressure from other members of the Cutthroat Collective for perhaps not having the killer instinct that group demands. One of the reasons for that criticism was Reed's show of compassion towards Anita Vaughn during the Revolution Gauntlet match at High Stakes. Well, in Southampton, Reed and Vaughn went one-on-one. Once again, Reed hesitated when she had the chance to be ruthless, and moments later, Vaughn rolled her up. A defeat for Reed, another embarrassing moment for the Cutthroat Collective. How will the rest of the CTC react to this loss for Sapphire Reed? One man with a lot on his mind coming into Southampton was Cameron Kai, who, having turned down the offer of mentorship from Liam Slater a few weeks ago, found out last week that Slater had pulled some strings and granted Kai access into the British J Cup. Well, coming off his match against Joe Lando in Southampton, maybe Cameron Kai might be thinking again about whether to take up that offer. Kai looked to be firmly in control, but after taking a few moments to showboat with members of the audience, fell victim to a matrix cutter from Joe Lando. The worst possible preparation for Kai headed into the British J Cup, and it all came as a result of a self-inflicted mistake that a lot of onlookers will say maybe Kai would not have made if he had the right guidance. It was perhaps the most unlikely of tag teams, but last week in London, JJ Gale finally agreed to be the partner of David Francisco for a tag match against Mark True and Kieran Lacey in Southampton. Gale and Francisco, christened the Sons of Southampton, actually formed a remarkably cohesive unit in the 1865, and Francisco, who is ever popular in this city, able to provide the assist for Gale in Gale's hometown as the Sons of Southampton picked up what many will see as an unlikely win. So many of us were still reeling from the actions of Josh James in London. James and Harry went one-on-one in Southampton, a match that seemed to be fraught with danger for Harry from the very beginning. Harry fought gallantly against the much bigger opponent, but the raw power of Josh James in the end just far too much for Harry to handle. Another top rope big splash, just like the trio of big splashes that James hit on Samuels the previous week. But James wasn't done. He continued to assault Harry after the bell. Shah Samuels running out, coming to the rescue of Harry, clearing the ring of Joshua James.
I don't care about you. You mean nothing to me. The only thing I care about is the Revolution Rumble.
After Joe Lando's victory earlier in the night, fellow CPF member Danny Black was also in singles action against Conor Mills just 1 week after Mills returned to Revolution Pro Wrestling. Mills was the aggressor for large parts of the match against Black. CPF, though, have made a career of defying the odds, and Black looked like he might have been about to defeat Mills. And in the end, the sheer force of will of True Grit Conor Mills couldn't be denied. He forced the tap out from Danny Black. Mills, who along with Joshua is entered into the Revolution Rumble, looking to prove a point, and he did so at Black's expense in Southampton. And then our main event, Michael Oku and TK Cooper, 2 weeks before they compete for the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship on different sides of a tag team match. Oku teaming with Nino Bryant, Cooper with Chris Ridgway. A very even back and forth between the two teams, but it was the tag team expertise of TK Cooper that finally made the difference. Cooper with the blind tag that eventually led to a headbutt, and moments later, TK Cooper had pinned the undisputed British heavyweight champion. So plenty to think about for everyone involved as we head to Stevenage this Saturday, June 14th for the British J Cup. More names to be announced for the Revolution Rumble as well in the coming days. It is exciting times here in Revolution Pro Wrestling. Stay with us through what promises to be a wildly eventful summer. But for now, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this has been the RevPro Recap.